Alright guys, so it's been a while since we've gotten a fan submission, but guess what? We've gotten a new one. And guys, this one is pretty creepy, because it's got to do with some aliens. But don't let me ruin the story for you. So without further ado, here was an email I received from one of my subscribers. His name is ETA is now, and he's from the regions unknown. I was about 12 or 13 years old when this happened. No drugs were involved, maybe a little weed early on the day, but that would not account for what happened. I was at my friend's house like usual. During the summer I would sleep at his house often. This time though, his parents did not want me staying over. Probably because I did it too much. So, when night came, I started to walk home, which was 3 neighborhoods over. The whole area was wooded, with some paths that connected to the neighborhoods, so walking the long way down the road was unnecessary. I decided to cut through the yards on top of that to make the distance even shorter. I realized I was coming up to a house that us kids had a funny feeling about. We hardly ever saw the people that lived there, even though they had a daughter around our age. In fact, we didn't even know what school she went to. The girl never came outside or hung out with anyone that we knew of, so I already felt funny about them. But when I got close to the house, I realized lights are on everywhere, but they had the windows carefully covered so nobody could see in. That's not strange in itself, but usually in my house there are at least 1 or 2 windows that aren't blocked like that, and you could at least see something inside. So at this point I'm super curious, and I felt like I needed to know what was in there. Like a normal family or a meth lab, I don't know. I just wanted to find out. I noticed there was a window in the attic. The light wasn't on up there before. Now it was. It was only partially blocked, and I knew if I could get up there, I could see in. There was an AC unit below the window. I noticed empty garbage cans close by, and I figured if I stacked an empty garbage can on the unit, I could climb up and then reach the ledge, and I could pull myself up to the window. Yeah, it was a bad idea and probably would end in a loud crash. I never got the chance to find out though. As I pulled the can over, I heard something that I figured to be a deer coming in my direction from the yard behind me that I just cut through. I should tell you the neighborhood had thinned woods all in it with trees between the houses. That's why I wasn't concerned about the neighbors seeing me. So now, I'm watching where I hear the noise, and on the other side of the trees, like on the edge of the yard next to me, I see what would then change my life. I even have goosebumps now. The streetlights from the road made it so I could only see a silhouette. It looked like a person, but tall, maybe 7 feet, I don't know. I'm 6'2", and it was a bit taller than me. I noticed that it's not wearing clothes, but what overwhelmed me was how fit it was and how it moved. It was very strong, and it was running with long strides with very little effort, like an Olympic runner. At this point, I've only seen the legs and part of the torso due to the trees blocking my view. It ran right past me, and I thought whatever it was never noticed me. I didn't see how far it kept going, but I didn't hear it anymore, and I thought it was good to try and leave. Oh, I had laid on the ground when I first heard it, by the way. I stood up and started to leave, but then it stepped out of the freaking woods and stepped between me and the AC unit. Apparently I didn't hear it anymore because it had stopped just a few yards away from me and was watching me. Looking back, I think it waited to see my next move, and when I got up and stepped forward, it reacted by getting between me and that unit I was going to stand on to see inside. In fact, looking back, I realized every move it made was calculated, like it wanted to use minimum effort possible to control the situation. Now I'm about 3 feet away from the freaking alien standing right in front of me, and its hands, palms out, and out to the side like it's blocking me from going past him or her, whatever it was. It looked very much like the aliens in the Mel Gibson movie Signs. In fact, I know damn well whoever made that movie knew what was up. They had to, because of what I saw years before matched up with the movie way too well. I have never felt such fear and void of hope in my life. I swear this thing radiated feel like a weapon. You could feel it. I started crying, and I turned away to run. I remember thinking about how when I dream and I'm trying to run away that I'm stuck and I can't move fast. And how was I moving fast? And none of this was a dream. That was a bad feeling knowing it was not a dream. I ran through the backyard into the driveway on the other side. I remember thinking, this thing can grab me at any time at once, and every second is just borrowed time. I knew it was going to get me as I ran out of the driveway towards the road and the streetlights, because I wanted to be seen by everyone. I wanted someone to help me or something. I don't know, life felt like safety was a smart move to make. I bounced off of every vehicle in the driveway, which was 3 or 4 vehicles. I was so scared I was basically trying to run through objects, not around them. I finally made it to the street, and I looked back at the house. I cried out to please leave me alone. And then I hear footsteps in the leaves, over by the side of the house, where that window is. It never chased me like I thought it was. So then, a floodlight in the front yard cuts on, and I remember thinking, if that's a motion light, why did it never cut on while I was over there? So the lights cut on, and then the reptilian human-looking alien steps out from the corner of the house into the light and in plain view. I cried out some more to please leave me alone. Really, I don't know what I was saying, but it was something like that. I turned and then ran up the road. The goal now is to make it back to the safety of my friend's house. As I'm running, I keep looking back. It's following me, but it's staying in yards, like on the tree line. It never actually chased me. It's like it was stalking me. But it didn't want to make a big scene. It followed me until I got close to my friend's house, and then I don't know what it did, because I ran in the freaking house and I told everybody what happened, and I forced them to let me stay there. When I got older, I realized that it was just diverting me away like cattle. It could have done whatever it wanted with me, but it just ran me off. That's all it wanted to do. Not long after that, the family moved out. I still go by the house to this day just to see it and to wonder what it was all about. So that's my alien story, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I would like to answer them. I apologize for the grammar, and if anything seemed confusing. It's not the only strange thing I've dealt with, but certainly that's my only actually seeing an alien story. Now guys, I've been warning everybody, and some of you probably think I'm joking, but I'm not. Aliens are freaking out there, guys. They're all converging together to take over the world. And poor ETA, he, at the age of 12 or 13, a little freaking boy, freaking almost got kidnapped by an alien. Thank goodness it didn't happen. And I'm freaking glad that he's one of my subscribers, so now he's got a voice to listen to say, don't ever go back to that house. You don't need to know what's there. You don't need to know why it happened, because it's not worth your life, I'm telling you, bud. Stay away from there, because there's probably some kind of alien burial ground under that house. Guys, take this as a precautionary tale to never look at the strange house in the neighborhood, because there's never anything good that comes out of it. Thank you everybody for stopping by and listening to the story of one of my subscribers. He was brave enough to share it with us, and we should be brave enough to support him in the fight against the aliens. Everybody, be safe on your travels. Koji, over and out.